So I got a nice little watch list for you this week. It's going to be a short week. We have low volume volatility this week, which is going to be pretty tough to trade, but there could be some pretty major movements right now. And personally, I think that we might see a nice little relief rally. I know that there's a very big, strong sentiment of fear into the market right now. And Friday we saw a massive sell-off, but I think that could have been just because of the 3-day weekend, and nobody wanted to hold over the long weekend, and they were kind of closing out their books from the August trading. So September is historically a really shitty month, but we might see somewhat of a rally right here unless we break that 390 mark. So here's the QQQQ. This is the weekly chart. So this is the daily chart, and it had a nice little bounce to this 293 level. I don't like this chart whatsoever. I haven't really been trading the Qs very much. I love the TQQQQ for longer term trading, triple leverages. Everybody already knows that I love trading those based off just holding them for the long term, selling cover calls against them. But let's talk about this week. Actually, let's talk about Amazon real quick, because Amazon last week gap fill was amazing. So congrats if you caught that 132 level breakdown all the way down to this gap fill around 123. Great trade, great return. Congrats if you got it. I'm also in snow for 916 expirations. I caught it around this 180 drop, and I didn't sell right here. I probably should have. I got a little greedy, but I still see some downside to come around this 161 level. So about $10 drop if you want to add that to your watch list for this week. Snow is a great one for this week. And SPY. Let's talk about the S&P 500. This is why I think there's going to be a little bit of a relief rally. We have a very strong bounce at this 390 level, and this 390 level looks pretty nice, but I hate this sell-off right here that we had on Friday. But like I said, I think it might be just from the 3-day weekend. If we zoom out to the weekly chart, we held that downtrend almost perfectly. Now we're at a pretty significant level at that 390, because right around at this level this week is going to happen. This is when it's going to start testing this trend right here. And if it breaks this little uptrend technically, then it could get pretty ugly down to this 380 level. So below 390, I'm looking at that 387.50, which would be this little slanted line test in the uptrend. So 387.50 is a nice little test for us this week. So pay attention to two main levels. 390, if it breaks down, then look at that 387.50, because we're probably headed there to test this little level here. If it bounces at 390, probably pay attention to that little 400 range, anywhere from 390 to 400. That could be where we see a nice little relief rally on the weekly chart, because we have given up about 16 days worth of gains in a short amount of time on the daily chart. So look at these little tick ups, all this little, everybody says bullish, 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 and then next thing you know, we have a couple gap downs, one massive sell-off day, and then 3 more massive sell-off days to come. So I'm looking at this nice little bounce. There's 2 little wicks that I like at this 390. If we break below that, I still think that we see around this 387.50 mark. But if it bounces, most likely going to see 396-ish, 400, maybe even up above like 405. Another test before we see another leg down. I still think that we have some downside to come. I don't think doom is there, but I do think that we see potentially this 362 again, maybe that 350, 340-ish, but I don't see it being extreme like we did in 2008 that everybody keeps comparing it to. But that is a long-term talk that doesn't account for this week. So this week, I love the snow play. If we have some downside, it'll obviously go with the market. QQQ, I don't really like it that much. It seems to be bottoming out here, which is why I think there might be a little short-term relief rally on low volume this week. But the main level to be watching for is the SPY 390. So if we break below that 390, 387.50 in order to test this trend, and if it breaks up, like if it bounces on this 390, then I think that we could probably see 395, 396, maybe even 400 range. So this 390 level is the only thing I'm paying attention to in such a low volume week. Got a lot of Fed speakers. We have the Apple event on Wednesday, so I think it's Wednesday, talking about the iPhone 14, but those are some pretty major events that could cause some low volume volatility, especially with the 4-day week we have coming up. So not a lot for the watch list, just that snow swing for me, and then the S&P 500 390 level. Watch for that break or bounce. So good luck this week. Make some money.